Yosemite Sam. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Rivals of Waterdeep in Avernus.
Carlos isn't here, so I'm just wooing by myself. Oh, no.
So, we're going to go around the table and announce who we are.
Technical things are happening.
Echoes of
Listen to ourselves. That's cool.
Starting at stage right. Stage right. My left with Sharif.
Oh
my goodness, we're flipping it. We're flipping. I don't know what to do.
I can't. I don't like change.
Right. Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Sure.
Hi, I am Sharif Jackson. I play Shaka, Tiefling Warlock. Pronouns are he, him.
Hello, I play Ashbourne. My name is Serena Marie. I almost did the same thing I did last week today, but I didn't. Our pronouns are she, her.
I'm Brandon Sinnis. I play Ren Leodon, and pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
And I am Cicero Holmes. I play Perrin Underbow, and I am your DM, and I'm all of your NPCs. Both Perrin and myself are he, him. And before we get started, our table is a little light. It's a little empty today because we are missing 1/3 of our amazing Rivals crew. Sharif Jackson isn't the only one who can do math here, guys.
That's pretty
Wow,
impressive.
it's really good.
Advanced stuff there.
Advanced. All in your head.
Yeah, just like that. And, usually to the right of Brandon, the star, Dennis,
Stop
is Tanya DePass. But Tanya DePass is at Geek Girl Con right now,
Yes.
dropping gems in all of the panels.
And running games.
And running games.
She ran her
That's right.
into Avernus game.
That's
Yeah,
right.
with her Abyssal Goose.
Abyssal Gooses.
Yeah.
Gooses.
Gooses.
In
Goose-eye.
hell, there are goose eye. Yes, not geese.
Nope.
And usually, in between Sharif and Serena is the one and only Mr. Carlos Luna, but he is in L.A.
Yep, he is recovering from the Lost Odyssey,
Yes.
a live game at the Adams Theater. I don't know where it was.
Yes.
It was a nice theater in LA,
No.
and it was all a charity game to raise awareness to a charity for autism. So,
Yeah, it was like I saw Satine Phoenix. I
Satine-
think Matt
Lillard,
Matt Lillard was
in
there.
it.
Deborah Ann Wall.
Yeah,
who
Deborah Ann Wolf was
Carlos
there.
relayed to me that Deborah Ann Wool is like literally one of the very best DMs he's ever seen.
Yeah, I've watched quite a bit of the Relics and Rarities show she does on a Geek and Sundry. Yeah, it's really good.
Just started. I just hear so many good things.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out to all those people.
Yeah.
Deborah Ann Wool, very talented and funny actor as well.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to be DM'd by Deborah Ann Wool,
if
we're
you-
saying do it.
Do it. Always take the chance.
Take that chance.
Yes.
Say yes.
Or watch Netflix Marvel stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say yes.
'Cause she's
D&D.
awesome in there.
Yes. D&D is awesome, right?
Yep.
And representation is also awesome.
Yes.
And understanding why those things are important and being able to spotlight people doing a thing that you're passionate about is awesome. So I think it's great that the New York Times and Wizards of the Coast decided last week to bring a cameraman here to take photos of us for the article talking about how awesome D&D is and the resurgence that it's having. And maybe some of you in the chat, maybe some of you watching the YouTube channel, maybe some of you listening to the podcast have seen the New York Times featuring your favorite rivals. The rivals here at this table and the ones that we just talked about not being here.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
awesome, but look at that picture. Look at that picture. It is amazing.
Joyful.
Yeah, it's so joyful.
Right. There are pieces of everyone in the photo, even if you don't see everyone's faces. But we are all there.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Actually,
all there.
my elbow is there.
Yeah, that's what I said. Pieces of
I-
everyone.
Pieces of everyone.
Yeah.
I do have a nice elbow shot.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it is a beautiful elbow.
I wonder if we were talking about the acorns at this part because I was trying to
I
figure out.
was trying to figure out. I think
I
it was
was-
either the acorns or when I was like, "Hi, I'm Serena," or I play
Oh,
Serena.
yeah, that's true.
So,
I was looking for that part, and
Yeah.
when I was doing the clips, couldn't find it.
But Carlos doing this makes me think acorns because
Okay.
I think he's like talking about why he believes it's true.
Oh my god!
When you put two acorns on top of each other, did anyone do the homework?
No, first of all. However, there is a tree. I'm pretty sure that the seeds need to be touching in order for them to actually germinate. But that is all hearsay because I didn't look it up.
But we did get a reply
Yes.
to our Twitter account that said, "Y'all need a biologist."
Yeah.
We
Yes,
do.
yes.
It did happen.
We do
Robbie's
need
supposed
a
to be our
biologist.
druid, so that's the closest thing we have is Carlos.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna defer.
We're kind of screwed, guys. Well, before we get into the game proper, we've celebrated ourselves at the table. We should also celebrate our friends, our Cella friends. Cella friends like D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is the tool that we use when we're playing our game to help us keep stats, understand different spells, get lore,
Build encounters now, I
build
think.
encounters. Exactly. There's home brewing,
Yeah.
not for this game, but for other games. dndbeyond.com is where you can go and get all that stuff. We are next week, we will be giving away another legendary bundle from D&D Beyond. So guys, check out D&D Beyond. Go to dndbeyond.com. Get your game right in the digital age. Also, our Cella friends are the wonderful people at Wormwood. Wormwood, they provided us with dice vaults and dice trays. They're amazing. They're beautiful wood. They're great. Also featured in the article, but another thing featured in the article was our Level Up dice.
Yes, Level Up Dice.
Are pretty awesome. They're not made of cheese.
Not
So,
at all.
yeah.
Yours aren't.
That is true. That is
I got
true.
some Gouda dice.
So Gouda dice.
oh,
What is
that's
our
Gouda dice.
Gouda?
Smoked
nice.
Gouda dice. Nat 20s all day.
My 20 melted.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so make sure you go to levelupdice.com and use our Dicemancy program. Yeah, you should, because it helps us help you to help us to help you to help us to help you get more exclusive dice.
Because when we level up, we will earn dice, and when we earn dice, we will ideally give our next set away.
Yeah,
That is correct.
true.
So yeah.
What I say is true. What I say is true. And what I'm going to say now is true about our newest Cella friend,
Oh, ooh.
Eldritch Foundry.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast all day.
Yeah. So Eldritch Foundry is an up-and-coming customizable 3D miniatures company that prints your dream mini in extremely high detail. Ooh. Right.
That's amazing.
It is.
That's better than low detail.
So,
Yeah.
I want to congratulate them because they have officially launched their website.
Nice.
Congratulations!
yeah.
Yay!
And they're releasing their first content package this week.
Oh my gosh!
And that includes
friends.
their Warforged race or the Wargas race, either, whichever you want to call it. The package is being released in correlation with the Eberron book that releases this Tuesday.
I can't wait.
So if you're in the future, it was last Tuesday. But if you're here today, it is this upcoming Tuesday. But there'll be more items and clothing and weapons dropping with that package. So you guys make sure you check that out. And if that excites you, make sure you use our promo code RIVALS10 to get 10% off your order. So go to eldritchfoundry.com, eldritch-foundry.com, and then use the code RIVALS10, and you can get 10% off.
All right.
Nice.
stuff. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
I like our Cellophans.
Yeah.
Telephants are
Yes.
so good.
Cellophans.
So talented. What talented creators we have out there.
Absolutely. You know, we celebrated our friends. We celebrated our table. Now it's time to celebrate our last episode. You guys ready?
Last episode.
Wait, last episode.
No, our previous episode.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
was
Like, what
like,
day is it? What's
I got
the day?
so, I know, what time is it?
yeah, I was like, what news did you get?
I got so scared because like Tanya and Carlos aren't here, and I'm like,
Well, we're ending the series.
and we're dead. We've died.
Well, guys,
man.
I am the DM, so
man.
you never know.
I'm so stressed.
So, guys, are you ready to talk about our previous episode?
Our serious finale.
Yes.
Well, it could be the series finale for you guys.
Hey.
Not ready yet.
Oh boy.
Previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. So, guys, what happened?
Oh gosh.
A lot of car battling.
I just want to say how far I can do that.
I was gonna start harmonizing.
So Brandon's point, at the end we got into some vehicular combat.
Yeah.
We all said our emotional
Yeah.
hellos and goodbyes ish to our friend.
Yes.
Knock,
Yeah.
knock.
Knock, knock.
So we found out that Knock Knock in acorn form could still in some way communicate
Right.
to us.
Robbie, being the good druid that he is,
Such a good druid.
Yeah.
was able to communicate with the acorn Knock Knock.
Yeah. And like Knock Knock himself also sent us kind of vibrated, sent us personal responses. You know?
In the form of mostly farts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So-
Was there a
Mostly
particular
farts.
reason why it was farts, though? I wanted to ask.
Because farts are always
When
funny.
it first
I
happened,
think
I was so
it was
shocked.
just like failure sound.
Right.
Fart.
Look, we've market tested farts.
Yes.
They're rated high on our,
Yeah.
our test audiences. So farts
Yes,
it is.
farts it is.
All those episodes are
But what the world needs now is farts.
Farts.
More
Sweet
farts.
farts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost went into another line of that song.
Yeah, so we convinced Zandahar
Yes.
that we could bring Knock Knock.
Yes.
So we grabbed him. I think you put him in your bag.
Did put him in my
chips.
bag.
Very dense, big,
Heavy
green
bowling ball of a
acorn.
acorn.
Yes.
Yeah. Like everybody had to roll survival when
Right.
they picked
It
him
was
up.
scary.
I think Celise almost dropped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody
Yeah.
almost dropped them at one point.
Yeah.
Which would have been bad. And then where were we heading?
You
where
so
we were
you were,
driving to.
you were informed by
Harmon's Hill?
Xander Hart
yes.
that you were going to Harmon's Hill.
Right.
And that was where Claudius.
Yeah, where Claudius and his biker gang.
Yeah, and his biker gang were headed. Because this was, I guess, part of their job was to deliver at least, you assume, Perrin, and maybe Little Smoke, to Harmon's Hill.
Yeah. So now to jump back to Brandon's point, on the way there, we first we decided where we enjoyed looking. We had to have a long discussion about our preferred looking
Yeah,
arrangements.
where we like to look.
Yes,
hilarious.
when you're driving.
Yeah, when you like looking.
Which way do you like looking?
And we got attacked by some other Devil's Rides and a Demon Grinder.
Yes.
It was a car battle.
That is correct. The Infernal War Machine battle.
Yeah.
And we found out that we all had weapons.
Yes.
Yes.
So I was imagining that it's not like we didn't see it before.
Right.
That it was some kind of like Knight Rider thing where the weapons thing opened up.
Yes.
Like it opened up.
Right.
And it sensed danger, and we were like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used said weapons. There was like a spout with Styx water.
Right.
There was like a neurotic smoke screen.
Yes.
Infernal Screamer.
Yeah,
Yes.
Infernal Screamer. Um,
My notes are so cryptic.
Yeah.
I literally only wrote like stick sprayer, which is sticks sprayer,
Yes.
but I wrote sticky, like a
sprays
stick
branches.
sprayer, fire thrower, necrotic smoke screen, and infernal screamer. So.
Yeah. So we took out quite a bit of them, but I do remember Invictus got hit
Yeah.
and flipped.
We were
Yes.
flipping.
Yeah.
We
We're
flipping.
But ended up, I believe, landing on your wheel.
Landing
Yeah.
on your wheels.
You rolled
But-
correctly.
But we ended with everybody heading toward like a gorge.
That is correct.
Oh God, I forgot.
Yeah.
And I can't drive, so this is going to be very interesting. Really excited for that one.
I don't have a license.
Like disappears. Oh, no.
I have no license.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is what happened.
No, what? No,
What?
you're
What do you
making,
mean? What
you're making a
happened?
face like that is what happened, but I'm
Yeah.
going to
Okay,
change
yeah,
it.
it is what
Yeah.
happened.
Series finale.
Yes.
Rivals begins now.
Right. That is where That is what happened. So now we're going to talk about what will happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Before we start, I want to acknowledge the mention of Carmageddon.
Yes.
Carmageddon.
One of my favorite video games from late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Wait,
Was
that's
it
a real
Sega game?
game? That's
Yes,
a
it was
game?
a real
Okay.
game.
Literally, the whole
Danny,
game was
that's
about running
awesome.
people over.
Yes.
But it was like, it was weird. Like they were like, it was like a Mad Max style post-apocalypse game, but they were like power-ups that would make like the pedestrians twice as big.
Oh my God.
Or
So
it
it's
was-
literally about running
I
people
had
over.
to- I
Well,
had to see
no,
those.
it is a race to get to the finish
Okay.
line, but you can also win by destroying everyone else. And you got extra, I think it was points by, there were pedestrians all over the place. Yay! Carmageddon.
Carmageddon.
And Carmageddon 2, Carpocalypse Now. As well.
God, there's a second one. Okay.
Now.
Carpocalypse Now, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. It was an awesome game.
Carmageddon Boogaloo.
Carmageddon 3, Electric Boogaloo.
Well, so with mention of Carmageddon, let's get back into our Carmageddon. So where we left off in initiative was with Rin. While he was flipping, he noticed a gorge about 100 yards in front of you guys while they were flipping. And luckily, they came down wheels up, so their vehicle wasn't broken. But Rin, you're going to have to decide what to do
Oh, I don't like decisions.
I
because
believe in you.
because when you guys hit the ground, while the vehicle was still upright and okay, I want you to roll me a D4, please.
Oh, okay. All right. One.
All right. While you were flipping, you bounced up because you were being jostled. You hit your head, and you did 1 point. You took 1 point of damage.
Ew. Okay. That would actually real hurt.
Yeah.
Just like thinking about it now.
Ouchie.
Yeah, and it's all metal. There's not a lot of padding there. You notice as you hit the ground, Celise says, "I do declare."
You're playing a dangerous game, sir.
I'll be over here.
Dangerous game.
And she says this because she was really jostled, so much so that her face hits the steering wheel
Oh no.
and knocks her out.
Oh,
So she is now unconscious at the wheel, sitting right next to you. What do you do?
Oh, man.
oh boy.
Well, we mentioned this earlier.
She caught the vapors.
I don't know how to drive, so I'm just gonna assume that Ren doesn't know how to drive. But Ren is gonna grab Celise and like move her over to the side that he's on.
Sure.
And he is gonna attempt to try to drive. He knows how to drive because he was driving before.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
you know how to drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ren knows how to drive. We're good.
Right. Ren knows how to drive.
So yeah,
Brandon does.
Ren's ready. He's ready to drive. Ready to
okay.
drive. So
Heck yeah.
can I yell to the group what's going on? Or
So
is it-
what I want you to do first
Okay.
is I want you to roll. Would it be acrobatics or sleight of hand? Acrobatics.
Okay.
I want you to roll acrobatics, and yes, I want you to roll first. No, you know what? I want you to roll strength with advantage.
Okay. Okay.
Because you are imbued now with real strong feelings of trying to make sure that everything is okay. You see your friend Celise is hurt. You want to make sure that she is safe, and you want to continue to make sure you guys are safe. There's so much going on. You are springing into action.
Pure adrenaline.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. 20, but not natural.
Oh, okay. Roll. I mean, you roll with advantage for strength. You don't have to roll again.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
You deathly grab Celise. Again, you are surged with adrenaline. You grab Celise out of the driver's seat. You move her over, and you slide yourself over to
That's
the
some strong
other
stuff.
side.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
pretty amazing.
because you're just ready to go.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
I mean, after flipping like that.
Right.
Yeah. I just imagine like total action scene, like throwing her to the side or moving her to the side, and all of a sudden he has like a pair of aviators.
Yeah.
Grabs the wheel. He has driving gloves for like no reason, and he's ready.
Yeah, I like that.
So yes. So now, here you are. You are. We'll say. You are 2 turns away from hitting that gorge. What do you want to do? Do you still have one of the devil's rides behind that's behind you and one to the side of you?
Oh no.
Oh, no, we're going for the gorge. Like, yeah, especially if it's like Celise is knocked out. We gotta go.
So you
We gotta go.
you're choosing not to engage
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
You're just going to try and accelerate.
Yeah. Action moment. We're going all in.
All right, I'm okay.
Maybe my definition
Everybody
of
watch
gorge
yourselves.
is
I'm
different. My definition of gorge might be
being on a motorcycle.
Right.
Cool.
So if you're not going to use your action to attack, you can use your action to dash. I will give you a bonus action if you want to communicate with everyone else what you've seen. In addition, they have also seen you guys flip.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell them there's a gorge. We're going for it. I don't care. We're just hitting the gas. And Celise is knocked out too.
All right.
So our paladin's out.
So you have announced that Celise is knocked out
Yeah.
Okay.
and that there is a gorge.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is next in initiative?
The left side.
The left.
Well, Robbie. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. So Robbie is in the passenger seat of Gary 3, and Robbie looks over and he goes, "Whoa!"
Hell yeah.
That was terrifying and cool.
I just want you to impersonate all of us.
Can we do that?
Like, we'll
real
just leave
quick?
the
Just
show.
like-
Right.
Yeah,
You
It's just a
run-
one-man
You
show.
just run the whole
just
thing.
BS, please. I would love to hear all of your impressions of each and every one of us.
Someone's going to be a Russian grandmother at some point.
Probably Ashbourne.
Oh boy.
So Robbie says, I know what to do. And Shaka, do you remember, because I'm a bad DM, do you remember what weapons you were told was in Gary 3?
Yeah, I had the neurotic smoke that I used.
Right.
Also had something that went up and out.
Right,
Which might have
yes.
been that screamer.
Yes.
The Infernal Screamer.
Yes.
I think there was a third one that I can't remember. Well, actually, I might have wrote it down.
So
Yeah, it might be just those two then.
yes, it is. It is those two, but there are surprises galore, guys. Surprises galore. So, Robbie says,
Yes.
"I know what I would be doing if I flipped over like that. I would be screaming." And he hits the Infernal Screamer.
Oh.
Oh right. I got confused. There are only two weapons, but there's only two screamers.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
Two
correct.
levers.
That is correct for the Screamers.
Yeah.
So he shoots the Screamer out at the Demon Grinder.
Ooh, that's right. Take out the big one.
Yeah. And so the Demon Grinder must make a wisdom saving throw of 15, which it didn't. It missed.
Yeah.
And therefore, oh gosh, it is
I can roll for Robbie if need be.
1,
Rolling damage.
Ooh.
2, that's 12. All right, 13. So the Demon Grinder has these screamers that shoot up out of Gary 3. And it's like, do you guys remember in Ghostbusters when all of the ghosts shot out of the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
out of the headquarters and they were around?
That's so cool.
Yeah, so this one just ghost comes out.
Slimer. No, we're shooting Slimer out.
It is not a really nice looking ghost. Not like Slimer.
Not
This is
like-
before they made Slimer all cute, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it
This
was-
is angry Slimer.
This is
This
a
is Slimer
very
the comic book.
This is New York Public Library.
right.
Slimer.
Yes, this is very ghoulish. In fact, like in the original Ghostbusters, when they see that ghost in the library, when that ghost turns from a lady into whatever that thing is, that's what
Okay.
those guys see on the Demon Grinder. And it comes in and then dives down and attacks the Demon Grinder.
Holy crap.
Wow.
And you guys from your rear views, you see the driver, Genuflex. He is definitely hurt. And then you see the Screamer come up, and that DJ, that's he gets hit, and you hear
Record scratch.
yeah, the record scratches. The DJ has been disintegrated.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
DJ is
Dusted.
the DJ is gone,
miss
and the
him.
demon
His beats.
the Demon Grinder is hit for 22 points of
Oh
damage.
Lord.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice job, Robbie.
So it's smoking. Like there are definitely problems with that Demon Grinder now. Who's up next?
The left side.
The left side. These guys on the left are looking at you, Shaka, and Robbie and Gary 3. They just watched that Screamer come out. They're not sure what to do. So they just take out 2 spears, and they're tossing them. They saw what happened over on the other side. They're going to try and do something themselves. First one misses. The second one misses. They throw those spears, but they throw one at the front tire. They throw one at the rear tire, but their timing was off, and they just miss both of them. And they bounces. You guys ride right over both of those spears. Who's up next?
Oh, me.
All right. What does me do?
Ash. Ash is okay. So
Ash is in the Ashes Smash.
Ash's smash.
Kind of behind Gary 3, but in front of the Demon Grinder. I would say that you are now, it's like a V formation, inverted, or I guess not inverted V, like a regular V. You're in between our two Infernal War Machines and the Demon Grinder behind you, and you're trying to, I guess, lead the pack again.
Okay. I'd like to release the stick spray.
Yes.
Because everything's behind me.
Yes.
But I want to like kind of drift to the side, so I don't want to just like release it right behind me. I want to like sort of release it like that, like into an arcing motion as I'm going towards the gorge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So roll to hit.
My favorite Fast and Furious movie.
Yes.
Tokyo.
Tokyo
Yep.
Sticks Drift.
Yes.
Tokyo Drift.
Go for it.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling to hit. And I will tell you in a second because
Ash is DK.
Yeah.
He's Drift King.
yes,
Drift King.
so you with a 15, you have hit.
Yes.
Right now, I just
Sticks him up.
I need to find
him
the
up.
damage on this stick spray, guys, because
1 million.
1 million.
Yeah, right.
1 million d20s of damage.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Same.
1 million.
Yep.
I can't find it. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's all right.
So, all right, describe, while I'm looking this up, describe what you do.
So after seeing Rin's car flip, Ash is like so like scared, but also like hyper focused. You know, like the focus you get when you're in a crisis.
Yes.
So that's what happens, and so she grips the wheel and she revs it, and like the scream of the soul coin
Yes.
intensifies, and she flips to her side and starts very low to the ground, her shoulders almost like touching the ground of how far she's drifting.
Nice.
And she drifts the what is it?
Stick
Stick
spray,
spray.
yes.
Like pours out of the back of her motorcycle.
I love that.
Oh,
I love
all right. Well,
Oh, I want somebody to draw that. That sounds awesome.
I'm
that
living my best like action hero dreams
I
right
love
now.
that. Those motorcycle leans are always so
Yeah.
They're always so good.
well, so what you did was, so you're coming around, you're spraying the Demon Grinder, the water from the river Styx has hit the driver from the Demon Grinder, and he starts to waver a little. He's losing focus, but he's still on your tail, but it's smoking. The driver that was in the Devil's Ride on the right behind Invictus gets the full brunt of it in his face.
Yes.
He had fallen off before and kind of recovered or like fell back and recovered. He didn't recover from this. he immediately, the bike falls and it slides out from under him. And the last thing that Ash can see is this guy's eyes, the pupils in his eyes just get really, really small. And a bit of drool just starts coming out of his mouth. He is feeble-minded. He is done. He is out.
Nice.
Great job.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Great job. Who's up next?
Sleece, who is knocked out.
Yes.
Demon Grinder.
Okay, so the Demon Grinder, the driver of the Demon Grinder sees everything that's happening. He knows this terrain a little. He knows what's happening. And instead of attacking you guys, he just starts to accelerate. And he's accelerating very fast. He's accelerating so fast that Ash, you're right behind him.
Oh,
No. Oh, this is 16 in case you were curious.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any difference to what's going to happen to me.
You need to roll acrobatics.
Get out the way.
Get out the way.
Because
That is a 12. No.
Ash,
No. Hold on. I'm just going to grab chips.
right. Please roll a d6.
Oh, God. 5.
Okay.
The Demon Grinder comes up on you.
Okay.
He hits your back tire. The vehicle, your Ash's smash, pops a wheelie in the air. You almost go completely vertical. You give yourself some gas. You come back down, but when you come back down, your chest, even through the armor, hits Ash's smash, and you take 5 points of damage. But you start to accelerate a little bit further. You're moving up. You guys are now, you are in the front, and the Demon Grinder is now almost exactly between Gary 3 and Invictus. And so on the left-hand side, we still have one Devil's Ride. On the right-hand side, we have another Devil's Ride. And the Gorge is on its way. It's about 60 yards away.
The one Devil's Ride, though, is incapacitated, right?
So there are Devil's Rides that are incapacitated on either side.
Oh, I see.
So we started out with 5.
With 5.
And there are now 3.
Okay.
Who is up next?
Next is Shaka.
All right. So I have some Devil Rides on one side, and I have the Demon Grinder now on the other side.
Right.
All right. So I really liked what that Infernal Screamer did. So I know we got one left, but I'm flicking it.
All right.
Flicking that Screamer.
Who are you going to attack?
Well, I'm going for the Grinder.
All right.
I want to take the big boy out.
All right.
Yeah, for the podcast, he wrote a 2.
2, yes. Yes, sorry for everyone who can't see you. So for everyone listening at home or in your vehicle or wherever you are, you're walking around.
In your Infernal War Machine?
Yes, in your Infernal War Machines. This is what happens when your Demon Grinder gets hit by an Infernal Screamer and your saving throw fails. The Infernal Screamer shoots out again. This time, it's like a dead vulture. Just an unnatural creature. It flies up into the air, and then it comes in dive bombing, kamikaze style, directly down into the demon grinder. The demon grinder is split in half.
Wow.
Directly through that DJ station. The ones and the twos are now halves.
One and two.
They're
Yeah,
both
one and two
one
and-
and two.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
The engine of that Infernal Screamer, which had its own howl, it was more like a growl. The soul that was in there is also released. And you see just a giant beast of a soul as it releases. This vulture of an Infernal Screamer comes down into the driver, and the driver was directly in the center. So as everything got split in half, so did the driver.
God. Oh.
And it just splits, and you see both sections come apart, and it starts to slow.
Oh my gosh.
And slows to a halt, and then collapses on itself.
Wow.
The demon grinder is out.
Game is
crap.
so aggressive.
Yeah.
Who is up next?
The right side.
The right side is shook, guys.
Yeah.
They're not really sure what they should do. But instead of attacking like the demon grinder, taking the demon grinder's lead, they are trying to get in front of Rin in the Invictus. Rin, we are going to roll d20s to see who gets in front of whom.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Those driving
This
skills.
I
is-
don't
yeah.
like this. That was like
You got to live your life a quarter mile at a time.
okay. Who's gonna be first? Or just same time?
Sure.
Same time.
Okay, are we
3,
counting?
2, 1, roll.
Uh-oh, you have to roll that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. You got.
you're
You got.
good, you're good.
What'd you
I
get?
got an 18.
You got 19.
Oh my god! Wow.
We can roll it again if you want.
No.
You want to roll it again?
No, that's what it is.
Okay, let's do it again because I want to do it again.
It's the fate of the die.
Yes, it was the fate of the
I don't
die.
like that.
Benevolent DM.
16.
Yes, I am a benevolent DM. 13 this time.
All right.
Yeah, because it did. I mean, I rolled up there, and I would have lost if I had just taken it. So I'll give it to him. And so what happens is, you, Rin, you see the demon's ride or the devil's ride on your right, trying to move up. You start to accelerate even more than you were before. There are competing howls. There's the howl from the demon's ride. It's a very different and then yours in Invictus. And they're both going back and forth, and the demon's ride tries to make it over, and you guys you connect, but you stay in front. Roll a perception, please.
Okay.
Rin, you saw this gorge.
16.
You also see something else as you're getting closer to the gorge. You see like a lip. It's like almost like there's a ramp right there. Who's next? Is it Rin?
It is Rin.
You can now, with your action, let people know that there is a lip there if you want. If
Oh,
they're
yeah.
what
Yeah.
appears to be a ramp.
Oh, everybody going up. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's all do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I want to tell people's ramp ahead.
Ramp ahead.
Let's do it.
That's so awesome. Oh my god.
We're already in action. Let's do it.
There's a ramp?
Robbie.
All right.
Angel. Oh gosh.
Right. And from behind you, Rin, you hear, I don't think you're going fast enough to hit that ramp. We must go faster. We must go faster. There might be something. There might be something here. Who's next?
Robbie.
Lulu said there might be something faster. Shaka, go faster. So Robbie's action is to tell you to go faster.
Yes. Okay.
Left side.
Left side. Left side is going to try and do the exact same thing to you, Shaka. So let's roll.
Oh, look at luck.
All right. 12.
16. Ooh. The Demon's Ride speeds up on Gary 3. Shaka hits the accelerator on Gary 3. The Demon's Ride slides in front of Gary 3, and it is ready to go. Next up.
Me, Ash.
Ash.
Okay,
Ash.
so I'm accelerating. Also, there's a button, right?
There is a button. There is a button, Ash.
I'm gonna push the crap out of this button right now.
That button, Ash.
I'm hoping it's
gosh.
nitro and not like
we don't know what it is.
self-destruct. What a time, though, right?
That
This is the
button.
time.
That button says DI on it.
Yeah.
That DI stands for Demon Icon. That Demon Icon is a boost.
All right.
And you now need to roll
Oh no. I know it makes sense.
a D20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an 11.
Plus anything else?
Yeah, let's see. It is plus 3, so 14. Yeah, let's. Oh, come on. Work with me, guys. This is. Memory is bad on Chromebooks. Yeah, sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Sorry. Well, I'll say while you're looking for that,
Yes.
Yeah.
as I'm sort of having a back and forth conversation with Robbie, similar to what me and my mom would have when I'd be in the back of the car asking her to go faster or stop here. So I'm telling him like, I'm going as fast as I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have checked. You push the button, Ash.
Yes, he did.
Half a second goes by. You pushed it confidently,
I did.
and a half a second goes by, and you feel a sense of dread because nothing has happened.
Oh no.
But you hear. And immediately you are pulled back on the bike. You have to grip it as hard as you can. Roll a strength.
Oh,
Oh no.
It's okay, guys.
don't fall off.
That is plus 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon arm.
Strong girl.
Ash, you are holding on. You have never moved this fast before. You take off and you see everyone next to you, but it is almost like you went into light speed and you push off and you hit that ramp and you look and everything's in slow motion.
It's so cool.
As you look down and you see this gorge, it almost looks bottomless. And for a moment, everything is serene.
Oh.
You see another 20 feet in front of you is the edge of that gorge. You're going to make it no problem. Roll acrobatics.
Yeah, like do some tricks.
Do a flip.
Oh boy, that is a 4.
Cuatro.
My landing, not good.
Your landing is not good.
Yeah.
You go to come down and you realize that you need to land with your rear tire first and then your front tire. Your rear tire hits and it goes out from under you and you go up in the air yet again.
Oh, gosh.
Roll another acrobatics.
God.
What? How? But how?
What
The same.
It's another 4.
Another 2. I jiggled it,
Yes.
and it was. Okay, well, you're
Jiggling.
going into jail.
The jiggles.
Changing dice.
Ash, you rolled up and then
Oh, no.
you flipped over. Unfortunately, you didn't flip over in a very convincing way that would have been helpful for you.
Yeah.
Roll another d6.
Okay.
You hit the ground
Whoa.
and you lose control of the bike and you drop the Ash's smash on the ground and you take 4 points of damage and Ash's smash takes 3 points of damage.
No.
You quickly get back on your bike and you restart it. It's ready to go. You're going.
Nice.
All right, who's next?
That is Shaka, because Sleece and Demon Grinder are out.
Shaka, I'm assuming, Ash, that while you were in the air, you have let people know to push the button.
100%. Before I pushed the button, I screamed, "I'm gonna push the button!" And then I pushed it.
So,
Yeah.
Shaka, what are you going to do?
Normally, so before I hear the push the button, I'm like, I gotta stop. Like we gotta stop. Our thing is too big. We're not gonna clear this. But once I see Ash sail through the air, I don't think I see her landing. So I assume
Right.
that she landed perfectly.
Yep, I did.
Awesome.
No one saw it,
Awesome.
so I'm graceful.
If an ash falls in a forest,
Right.
and there's no one around.
Would she get embarrassed? No.
Yeah. So because the demon grinder's gone, I'm free to maneuver.
Yes.
So I'm gonna maneuver by the ramp, and I'm gonna push the button.
Roll me a d20.
Uh, Ash has infected me with her 2.
No.
I rolled a 2.
I'm sorry.
You rolled a 2.
Yes, because there's no modifier.
No, there is no modifier.
Yeah.
You are about 50 yards away from the ramp,
Okay.
and you push the button. And like Ash before you get a feeling of dread because you push the button and for a half a second, nothing happens. And then you hear and you look and you're expecting to feel something, and you do, and it's a rumbling. But that rumbling's not coming from inside the Invictus. It is coming from this giant worm monster that just shot out of the ground
Oh, hell no. What?
right in front of the ramp.
Oh, man, Sarlacc.
What do you do now?
Is it? I'm assuming it's completely obscuring the ramp.
It is
Sort of.
mostly obscuring the ramp. You can still see the ramp beyond it, but it is
All right.
definitely in your way.
Okay. So if I can see the ramp around it, if I can still see the ramp, that means Shaka's going to assume that there's enough distance for me to maneuver around this thing and still hit the ramp. So I'm going to try to gauge sort of where it's leaning and try to maneuver on the other side.
All right. I want you to roll sleight of hands with disadvantage.
All right.
Because you're going to try and maneuver around.
All right. That will be a 14.
14.
Not bad.
That's not bad for
You did it. You maneuvered around that thing.
It's like Tremors.
Yeah. You now see that the button is more pronounced. It's out even further. Do you want to push it again?
I'm going to push it, but this time I'm going to grab Robbie's hand and we're going to push it together.
Teamwork.
All right.
Yeah, you can give me that extra oomph.
roll a d20, and Robbie's going to assist.
All right.
Oh,
3.
Oh no.
Yeah, this button does not want to be pushed.
So
on,
that's
Robbie,
a
help me.
4.
Help me, Robbie.
You guys push the button again. Same feeling of dread is there. In front of you, you hear the same. Then you hear. And you see in front of you a giant cloud of dust right in the gorge, right between where the ramp is and where you would jump. There is this giant dust tornado, this infernal dust tornado. Who's up next?
Rin. Or the right side. I'm so sorry.
Right. You are still barreling Shaka towards the ramp. Yeah. So who is it? It's the right side. The right side sees what's happening. They on their devil's ride have a little switch. He hits that switch.
Switch break.
And he hears and when he goes to accelerate, a giant rock shoots up out of the ground.
Oh.
And he crashes
Oh, Lord.
right
my
into
gosh.
it. He crashes right into it and is destroyed. The Devil's Ride is destroyed. It crumples up against that rock like an accordion. So there is one Devil's Ride left. Who's up next?
Rin.
Rin, what are you going to do?
Push that button.
May I push a button, please? For 5,000?
Yes, you may. Roll.
Potables.
Right, a d20.
I'm hoping that I
Come on.
don't get a 4 or 2. So, and I got a 5.
5.
Yo, this button is not working for us. Oh, man.
Okay, what happens?
Ash sucked all the buttons.
I
in.
did.
Right.
I
Oh
had a
my
very
God.
successful. I'm too
man.
far to help you all though right now.
Rin, roll me a D20 again.
Okay. Oh, 13 almost hit at 5 again. It's almost hit 5.
They don't want us to make it.
As you're writing, you get caught with that same feeling of dread after you push that button because nothing happens. Then you hear, then you hear, a rock shoots up out of the ground. Then you trying to evade it.
All hide under the table.
You're like
We don't have to hear it. We
Right.
don't know what's happening.
Can't evade it. You tried, but you hit the left side of the Invictus, and it curves around the rock pillar as you hit that, and it does 6 points of damage. Roll me a d6.
Okay. 6.
You also in that take 6 points of damage.
Just a little scratch.
Lulu
Oh.
Oh, Lulu.
gets jostled around back in the back seat. She takes 5 points of damage.
Oliphant.
Celise, unconscious,
We're dead.
Kill
also
me.
takes 5 points of damage. You are now facing the opposite direction.
Oh no!
Well, dang. That was.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
It's Robbie's turn.
Robbie says, I don't think we're supposed to jump over that. I think maybe, hey, Shaka, we should try and get a running start. And that is Robbie's turn. His action is to talk to you.
I love his actions.
Right.
Left side.
Right. So the left side, in front of Gary 3, sees this giant worm monster, sees the swirling wind, sees that Rin has crashed, decides against going over the gorge and instead to focus his attack on Rin and Invictus. And you're a sitting duck. He takes those spears
Ow.
with advantage because you're not moving. And he throws that spear. And it pierces directly through the armor of Invictus. That spear comes in and misses you and Celise by mere inches.
Oh, Lord.
Now, there's a bench there. That's where you guys are sitting in the front seat. But now it's separated by this giant spear that is in between the two of you, narrowly missing impaling one of you.
Oh, this is like an armrest. Now.
This
You have like an armrest.
the
in the middle.
Invictus takes another 10 points of damage
Oh no.
and is feeling it, definitely. Who's up next?
Ash.
Ash is out of initiative.
Yeah.
What does Ash want to do?
So Ash is riding her vehicle and she notices that there's like a scuff on it. And she's like, oh no, my smash! And is like scrubbing it out. And then like looks around and notices that all of her friends are all on the other side. And there's like a giant like sandworm. There's
Right.
random rocks jutting out. And so she kind of stares. She slowly grabs her bow.
Oh wow!
And she's gonna kind of walk towards the edge and be like, all right, Chips, if you wanted to like chill out, you can chill. And like Chips hops out of the bag and is like, has like a snack.
Right.
And Ash like awkwardly is gonna now try to help, but she's so far. I'm gonna try to shoot my arrow. I have a longbow.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I will say, you're gonna try and shoot the rockworm thing?
Yes.
Right?
Is it 150 feet away?
It is less than 150 feet
Okay.
away.
Cool. Yes.
So-
Perfect.
You, I will say that you can do this with advantage because it does not notice you.
Great.
It was never aware of you.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there it is. That is 16 plus 8.
All right. So dirty 24.
Dirty 20, 24.
You hit?
I do hit. I hit for. I'm looking for a D8. There it is. 7 points of damage.
Because it's behind you, or because you're behind it,
Yeah.
I will say that you get to roll another D8.
Yes.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. 5.
So that was 8 and 5.
5, yeah.
So 13 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Your little arrow that did. And as we're watching, as the audience, what we see is we see Ash on one side of the gorge. We're looking behind her shoulder. She wipes the side of her hair. Her hair is flying in the wind. She wipes it from her face and pulls back on the bow. And she shoots that arrow. The arrow knocks loose, and we, as the audience, watch this arrow go across the gorge. It sees the swirling. We pan to the left, and we see the swirling dervish of wind, the wind tornado, the infernal tornado, and we pass by that. We go directly towards the rock monster, and then the camera switches and it cuts to both Rin and Shaka looking back behind them because they're both kind of discombobulated, and they're looking and they see that rock monster, and then they see the rock monster's body, and like it's just a giant long worm belly, but in that belly it looks like it's pregnant. It looks like it's a chest buster, and through there is this arrow, and it just comes out of this rock monster. The worm falls down dead
Dang!
on the ground.
Yes.
Like on Ash's screen, like an achievement.
Sniper.
Long shot bonus. Yeah, that's awesome.
And Ash is just like, oh.
That's great.
Who's up next?
That is Shaka.
All right, Shaka.
All right, so the worm's down.
Right.
But have I seen Rin crash?
You did, like, as you were trying to, like, you heard the crash. You looked back and you saw the Invictus kind of hit that pillar and swing around it.
Yeah, so he's facing the other way.
Yeah,
All right.
so he's facing the other way.
So I'm
you've seen
gonna,
that.
assuming I have enough time to turn and drive toward Rin, because
Right.
I think there was still people attacking him.
Yes, you also saw the devil. Yeah, the one that peeled off of you.
Yeah.
Attack.
So I'm going toward Rin to both take out not in this action, but Shaka's mind is to take out the Devil's Rye person and also pick up Rin.
Okay.
Because I feel like, because I see his what's, I forgot the name of our curse.
Invictus.
No, the tormentor. I see his tormentor face the other way.
Right.
So I'm not sure if it's working.
Sure.
So I'm going over to take out the Devil's Ride and then possibly
Okay.
get Rin.
So you're out of Infernal Screamers.
Yes. I'm just trying to ram him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
Because I guess a bike.
Yes,
It's a bike.
it is
Yeah.
a bike.
I'm trying to
Absolutely.
ram it.
Absolutely. I will also say that this is the alignment. So what happened was Rin hit the side of this pillar. He wrapped around the pillar, went at 180. He is now facing you.
Okay.
The Demon's Ride when they saw what was going on, went to attack the Invictus head on and threw that spear, and the spear went through and impaled the thing.
Okay.
So
Okay, I can't ram on them.
So if you come up behind it and you want to ram it, you have the ability to potentially ram it directly into the pillar.
Oh, and avoid the Invictus.
Yes, because the Invictus.
Oh, I'm totally doing that.
Yeah,
I'm
so
totally
if
going for that,
it's three dimensions, the Invictus is on the opposite side.
Okay, got it.
Of that pillar.
I'm absolutely trying to do that.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Because you're behind it, roll 2 d20s. Roll with advantage to hit.
All right. 13.
13. So you accelerate. You don't stop accelerating. And you see what's happening. You come up and you push up on that demon's ride. And that demon's ride is trying to get away, but it's caught in such a way that it can't. It's trying to accelerate. And you see what's happening just at the last minute while it's accelerating, as you guys are coming closer to that pillar. So you see what we see is your eyes, Shaka, looking out. And you see the demon's ride. You hit that demon's ride. You start accelerating. Then we look back at the rider of the demon's ride, and he is shocked and scared, and he starts to accelerate. And then we look back at you. You start to accelerate even more. You're going forward. We see the bumper of the Gary 3 on the back of that demon's ride, and it's pushing up against it. It is grinding up against it. And then we see the pillar, and it is getting closer and closer and closer. And the demon's rider is trying to move away, but he can't. And he's just trying to accelerate so he can get off of you. At the last minute, Shaka, you slam on the brakes. And you do the little hold. In fact, roll acrobatics. Actually, roll a strength. Okay. Roll a strength.
18.
You do the mom move. You slam on the brakes. You put your arm out for Robbie. And you hold Robbie back. And with your strength, because you knew what you were going to do, you were able to hold Robbie back. When you slam on the brakes, Gary 3 stops almost immediately, but the demon's ride does not. And it smashes directly into that rock pillar.
Yeah.
It is also crushed.
Yes. Yeah.
Sweet. End of initiative.
Sweet.
A lot of crashing here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
This is the Rivals movie.
Yeah.
It is. It's so epic.
Movie.
So now we're sitting down. Ash is on the other side. She's
Hey guys.
right. I'm not even sure if Ash is truly aware of what is happening because it's pretty much happened behind the pillar. Mm-hmm. Except for you know that the worm is dead, that you killed the worm, but you can't really see. You saw Gary 3 ram into that demon's ride, and you saw it push into towards the pillar, but you couldn't see Gary 3 stop. So what you have seen, in fact, roll perception.
That is a 21.
You can't really see what happened, but you're filled with dread because you know what Shaka was trying to do. but you also know that the end of what Shaka was trying to do could easily wind up with Shaka and everyone in Gary 3 also plowing directly into that pillar. And you hear the crash of something hitting that pillar. And then you're expecting to hear another crash, and you don't hear that crash. So you feel a little relief. You're hopeful, but you're not sure exactly.
How does Hag radio work?
Yeah.
Is it in my helmet?
It is.
Or is it-
It's on the bike.
So
Okay.
I'm going to be shouting
I'm gonna
through
run to
Hag
the-
radio.
Yes.
Because I don't know. I mean, I can't see Ash. I'm
No,
assuming.
no.
So I'm just because I don't know if she made it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just shouting like, Ash, are you there? Copy.
I feel like as you're shouting, like Ash is at first at the lip, right? And so you hear like Chips yipping. Like Chips is trying to respond to you, but is a fox. So, but yeah, I run and I grab my radio and be like, Shaka, hi, oh my gosh, whoa, you're good?
I think so. I got to go check in on Rin and Celise and Lulu, but everybody's down here. We just got to find a way to get across because there's a big tornado in front of the ramp that you took.
Yeah. That's how I got over here. I took the ramp. You have to hit the blue button.
The blue. Well, we
Yeah.
tried to hit the button and we were very unsuccessful.
Oh, okay.
Maybe our button is maybe it's a little broken a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Just want to make sure that you were okay. But I gotta go and check in on Rin.
Did you see my slam dunk on that worm? Yeah,
That was you?
that was me.
Oh my god! I didn't know you could
Health
shoot.
made me so cool, you guys.
I didn't know you could shoot from that far.
I've never tried. I usually like to get up close and clobber people, but yeah.
So I'm going to. Are there any other things around? I basically want to. Well, I'm still trying to check in on Rin, but I'm also kind of fascinated. So I want to direct Ash to shoot something else. From there.
Yep. Now we're just hanging out.
So no. So I'm gonna point. Well, that'd be too close if she misses. But I want to point at the the carcass of the worm
Oh, okay.
and
Yes.
say, I want to see you hit it again.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
It is sitting there.
Yeah.
It is not moving.
Okay.
You're rolling with
Oh,
advantage.
good. Oh, good. I want to show off. That is a +8. That +8. 20,
dirty 21.
Dirty 21.
Oh wow, you
All right,
you
20,
were on
well,
it.
21. I mean, it's
21.
always dirty, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
So,
How do you want to show off?
okay. So I'm going to, before I launch my arrow,
Yes.
I'm gonna take out a slip of cloth, and with marker, I want to write "Ash is here."
Wow.
Ash was here.
Right.
And then I want to throw my arrow.
Wow, you're like colonizing the worm.
Roll performance with advantage.
Oh, good. With performance, 17.
With a flourish, you have created an impromptu flag on this arrow. You've written Ash was here, right? And down below, and Chips.
And Chips, yeah.
And it is on this arrow. You shoot it off. It's tied to the arrow. When you shoot it, it looks to Shaka like you messed up. You shoot the arrow directly into that wind tunnel, directly into that tornado. It swirls around the tornado twice, shoots out. When it shoots out, the flag that was tied up becomes unfurled, plants directly
Oh my
into
God.
the worm,
There's a gravity assist.
and the flag shoots up, and you see Chips, Ash was here, and Chips
Oh my god! Wow.
waving in the air. Shaka, what do you have to say?
All right. So at this point, I will say, I've gathered, or I have gone up to Rin
Okay.
and Celise and Lulu. So at the point where I'm making sure they're okay, I see this happen,
Right.
and I'm just like, Ash is a silent assassin. Ash is, and I just got much like respect. So even though she can't see me, I'm kind of like
Respect.
respect. So like I'm like, Rin, is everybody okay? Everybody.
Celeste is not. She's knocked out.
Oh, she's knocked out. Oh.
Yeah. Does anyone have like any potions or anything? Because like I don't want her to wake up and realize that I like got her hurt.
I don't. But I think as long as we carry her over.
Okay.
Well, does the Invictus, is it good? Does it? Can
I
you
mean,
drive
there's a spear like right through it. I don't know if I can.
Oh, yeah, right.
I can't probably
So-
look to the right trying to see over there with the spear in the way. So we probably should try to take it out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's
You
try
wanna
to
help me
take it out.
out?
I mean, this thing is probably. Yeah. Let's try it.
Is Lulu still? She's awake, right?
She's awake.
Okay.
She's, I don't know how much a Holophant's really going to be
Okay.
helpful in removing of
Yeah.
a spear.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
let's
yeah,
try to take it
so
out.
so Shaka and Rin get outside of the Invictus.
Well, and Robbie.
And
Oh,
Robbie,
yeah,
that's
Robbie,
right.
yeah.
And Robbie. You guys all get outside of the Invictus, go to the hood, and try to remove the spear. So let's get strength rolls from everyone.
Okay.
9.
You got 10.
Robbie crit failed.
Yeah, that all makes sense,
right.
though.
Yeah.
So you guys go to do it. I'm assuming Shaka, where are you in this? Like, are you in the front? You're in the middle? You're in the back?
I'll be in the middle.
All right, you're in the middle. Where are you, Rin?
Like I feel like I'd be standing like on the hood.
Yeah.
On the hood, but like in the front. So you're in the front. You're in the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Robbie's in the back, and he is holding on to it with both hands up above his head for where it is. Shaka's kind of at his chest level, getting ready to pull it, and Robbie says, "All right, guys, on 3. 3." And he pulls before you guys, because you're flustered, go and pull, and it really doesn't move at all. Robbie, because he was being a knucklehead, takes 2 points of damage as he winds up with some metal shavings,
Some
and
splinters.
splinters in his hands. Roll strength again, guys. Let's try it again.
Oh god.
Going to be the remaining 20 minutes.
Right.
Oh lord. 12.
17.
All right. So, this time, Robbie says, "All right, guys. This time, we're going to count.
Good move.
So, 1, 2, 3." And yes. And you guys pull, and you get that spear out.
Sweet.
You pull it out.
Awesome.
So now the Invictus is no longer impaled, but it does have a giant hole in the middle.
Like an air vent.
Yeah, it's air conditioning.
Yeah, it's air conditioning.
So, Rin, are you going to go back into the Invictus and try and start it?
Well, I forgot. I do technically have a potion, so can I use it on Celise to like heal her? Yeah.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah. Just so she doesn't notice.
CYA.
All right, so Shaka. So I'm gonna use my potion. Just that this could be our little secret. Just tell Celise that I just did this really cool action and I like blew up things and everything. Like I was the one who destroyed everything and
I got
I
your
was the
back.
winner of the day. I wanted her to believe that.
I
I
got your
made this
back,
happen.
man. I will give you this.
All right. Okay.
All right.
You deserve it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Celise has recovered her hit points.
She's still out though.
She is still.
Still knocked
still
out.
out.
She's
She's just like-
a
She's
little.
just like sleeping now.
Right, she's
willfully asleep.
she's a little groggy. She's sitting there, and Beth, tarnation.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mint julep.
Oh, gosh.
So now, are you going to try and see if you can get the Invictus going?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll performance for me.
Okay. 5.
You
It, like-
push the button on the Invictus, and the soul in there goes.
Was it laughing? Giggling.
It's not starting. It's not starting. You want to try it again?
Yeah. We
Give
have
it-
another
give it
try?
one more shot.
Okay. Oh god. If I get. Oh my god. Well, I got a 5, but it's a 7.
Oh man.
It goes to start up again.
Mocking you, dude. It's mocking you.
Shaka, you are the closest thing to an engineer with the group.
Yeah, it's true.
Is there anything that you'd like to do to try, and do you think that you've got an
Yes.
understanding of these infernal war machines?
So first thing I want to do is try to put another soul coin into the Invictus.
You put another soul coin into the Invictus.
And then I asked Ren to start it again.
Rin started again.
So this is like when you're getting a jump from somebody.
Yep.
Like, start again. Try it out.
That's a 12.
Okay.
Not bad.
You go to push the button again, and you hear. And it starts. And it starts.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. Joe is our sound guy. and people's ears. So the Invictus has started.
Okay.
Are you gonna try and move it around, try and drive
Yeah,
it around,
let's try to drive around and
see,
try to meet up with Ash.
yeah, see how it's moving. It's got a noticeable chunk. It's dented on the on the left hand side, on the driver's side, dented from hitting the wall, and you've got this giant hole in the center of the dashboard or the windshield. Yeah, so roll another performance.
Ooh, that was scary. Okay, 21. It's almost on a 1.
So you go to start it up, and at first it seems a little wobbly. It seems like the alignment is off, but then you just take to it. You take to it, and it's fine. It is fine.
Awesome.
Everything is ready to go with the Invictus. You guys ready to push that button? Ready to get over this gorge?
If we can.
Let's do it, guys.
okay.
We've tried
Let's
several
do it
times.
with advantage. Push that damn button.
Push that button.
Oh, 17.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
The heck? Oh no! I can't help you. I don't want
2 and a
to.
3.
Oh,
Even,
Right after another.
even combined.
We should probably grab.
I like
So,
want to help you and I can't. There's nothing. I have no spells.
so Rin,
Yeah, you're just like shooting flags. Over
Rin,
here.
when you were practicing making sure that the Invictus was okay, you were moving it around and you started drifting and you felt at one with the vehicle. And you said, the hell with it. I'm pushing the button. You push that button and all of a sudden, woof, you guys were gone. And you lift up over the gorge. You look down and you see the bottomless pit and it looks serene until you hit that wind tornado. You see that and you bust right through it. But some wind, some dust, some sand gets in through the hole. But you bust right through it. And on the other side, you see ash and chips and ashes smash. And you are coming down for a landing. Roll acrobatics.
10.
And you come down on the ground. You guys hit the ground. You bounce once, you bounce twice, and you slam on the brakes and you drift a little. You guys have made it to the other side.
Welcome.
Sweet.
Can I say that while they were fixing their car, would you describe this terrain as, this is a very ranger question,
Yes.
as closer to being Underdark or desert?
Desert.
Desert, right?
Definitely
Okay.
desert.
Desert is one of my natural explorer things, so
Okay.
a custom. I would like to have set up some sort of semblance of a camp while they were fixing stuff, so I want
Yes.
to like gather things and make a small fire.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
So is there anything I have to roll for that?
No.
Yay.
You are able to do that.
So that's what you come to.
Yeah.
Like a small little fire and like
There is a little camp.
little camp.
Shaka.
Shaka, shaka, shaka. I believe in you, buddy.
We are going to pretend like you didn't roll for advantage when you pushed the button. When it was time for you to push the button, you allowed Rin to go first.
Such a nice guy.
You are. You saw what they did. You and Robbie get back into Gary 3, and you're ready to go.
We're ready.
Drive back 50
Run
yards,
and start.
and you're going, and you're rolling with advantage after you push that button.
Go for a little longer here. Okay. All right. Not that much better, but better. 11.
All right. 11 was what you needed.
Up 10.
Well, I got an 11 and a 2.
Oh, well, hey, yeah.
Still,
Yeah. Well, you push the button, half a second goes by, and you hear click. And you, now Shaka and Robbie, are forced back into your seats. Roll for strength to hold on to the steering wheel.
14.
You hold on to the steering wheel for dear life, as if you didn't hold on to it, you would have been pushed back almost out of the tormentor, out of Gary 3.
Jeez.
That's how much force is being put on you. Everything turns into a blur as you accelerate faster than you've ever traveled before. You've misty stepped, and when you misty step, it's almost like a space fold. It's almost like you're folding from one portion of reality to the next portion of reality. This isn't quite like that. This is more like reality has both stretched and come closer because you're moving so quickly. There are light lines. It's almost like light speed. You hit that ramp and you go up. And you and Robbie look. And Robbie looks over at Invictus and he says, I think I can see Duo's house from here. You too bust right through that infernal tornado. The amount of force that you guys are carrying, you're not even affected by that tornado. And you come through on the other side and you see the camp and you see Ashes Smash and you see Invictus and your friends off to the side and you are coming down over that gorge. Roll for acrobatics.
19.
You are an engineer. You are a mathematician. while the amount of speed, you witnessed it, but now you're experiencing it, and it wasn't necessarily expected, but you made the calculations in your head of exactly how much weight and balance you needed to add to this vehicle in order for it to land. And it lands so deftly that it doesn't even make a sound when it hits the ground.
Ooh, ninja.
It is, maybe you're not the greatest driver in the world, but you are the greatest infernal war machine lander that has ever existed.
It's on the business card now.
Yes. And then you also drift to a stop and pull up to the camp. Sweet. You guys, I want everyone to roll perception.
4.
5.
22.
Okay,
There's something about this landscape that gives you perspective, like a sight beyond sight. You were like Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, out here in Avernus. You see off in the distance what can only be described as Harmon's Hill. It is up ahead. And that's where we'll end this episode.
Man.
Nice. Oh, we did it.
I legit thought I was going to have to leave Gary 3.
Oh,
Have to
yeah.
Misty Step with Robbie to the other
Jeez.
side because it was not
It
happening.
was not
for me.
happening.
Not happening. That was awesome.
That
man.
was so fun and epic.
Yeah.
What an adventure.
Yeah, I feel like I know a lot of the general advice is not to have long initiatives.
Yes.
But man, when it's like car chase and other
Yeah.
stuff going on,
It's more
awesome.
like, yeah.
It's more dynamic.
More dynamic. That's
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
great.
Yeah.
Well, so hey, we've got time today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the adventure. And generally, what we do at the end of every episode is we take questions as our characters.
Yes. Characters only.
Yes, during the episode. And so if you are in the chat and you have a question for us, just put question and give us a question for any of the characters, for any of even some of the deceased characters, including the worm or the drivers or the DJ, whomever you'd want. If they were a character in this adventure on this episode, we will answer for them.
Sweet. Yeah, that was a
I love
blast.
that we like always do. It's like almost like real world confessionals. Right. Just like talking to the camera. It's so fun.
Yeah, it is confessionals. Yeah, that was something else. I especially like the demon grinder, the way you described how it got destroyed,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was very cool.
like the kamikaze vulture.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very, very cool.
Right on. Question. Oh, yeah. Question for
Yeah.
Ash. How many flags did you end up planting? Did they all have the same message?
So I planted 3 flags in total. The first one you saw. The second one says "Shaka sucks," and it was it was a little
my
like devil,
God.
but it was like ha ha ha. And then the third one said it was just a photo, like a family photo of all of us that I drew.
Impressive.
Question for the sand rockworm. So you're just hanging out in
Yeah,
hell,
it's
minding your
true.
own business when you get woken up by a car chase and then sniped. How's it feel?
Exactly. I mean, nobody even pays attention to the needs of the sandworm. I was just doing what I do. I worm it up. Sometimes it happens that I come up. And, I thought I heard the door. I came outside. I was looking. I was waiting for a package. And then all of a sudden, I get impaled. What kind of world is this? It's crazy. It's hell.
It's hair.
Yeah, that's how for real.
All right. Question, Ash. How do you clean detail your motorcycle?
Well, Serena doesn't know actually anything about that, so I'm just gonna say Ash spits on it and gives it a nice, like, buff and shine. And yeah.
All right. Question: what is the party's main quest? As the DM, I will answer this.
Yeah.
So the main quest is to not die. But the quest so far this season is to find their friend who has been kidnapped, and also to get out of hell.
Yeah, to get out.
I mean, that's the main quest, right?
Get
But
the
like,
heck out of hell.
maybe also find their friend who has been kidnapped.
Kidnapped and taken to Harmon Hill
Poor PU. It stinks.
By Claudius.
Right.
by Claudius, who killed our friend, who's now an acorn.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, we're very emotional right now.
Question for the DJ.
Yes.
What song do you want played at your funeral?
Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with an Infernal Screamer.
Good one. Good one. Yeah, good one.
What level is everyone now? Not necessarily a question for the characters, but I will answer for any new visitors, new listeners. All of the characters are level 10 right now. Question for Rin. What is your favorite spell?
That's such a good question.
That's a good question.
Well, my favorite spell has been so far the lightning bolt. We were in the theater, and
that was awesome.
I shocked everybody just like Shaka would. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it because it was like, getting everybody at once. No prisoners.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So cool.
Like you took out a whole row of people. Right?
Question for all of you. Now that you've spent some time down here, who's the best driver?
I don't know.
I'm not going to say me, but
Yeah, I think it's a strong bet between Celise and Ash.
yeah,
Like a
Celise is a
strong
good
one.
driver. Actually, I will say Celise is the best driver because she follows the rules of driving.
True.
That is
Like, literally the best driver.
Yes.
I am not the best, but I get the job done.
Yeah, you're the best performance driver.
Yes,
yeah.
trick stunt driver.
Yeah, you're a stunt driver.
Question for Rin. So, did you give Celise that potion because you're sweet or because you're scared of her?
I would say both.
Good answer.
Yeah, that is a-
Good
Strong
answer.
bull.
Yeah.
That is a very
Yeah,
true
That
that's
is a
honest
very accurate
and-
answer. Very accurate answer. So, I'll give it a couple more minutes for some questions. This is
Lulu?
Oh, Lulu.
Question for Lulu. What's up?
How are you feeling? Oh, how is Lulu feeling after being through out? How were you feeling throughout all of that? This has been an adventure. An adventure, yes. I've always been told to bring sunshine to hell. So, yes, it's been an adventure. I'm very excited that things are happening the way that they are. I'm more excited not to be impaled, though.
Oh, Lulu, be my friend.
Just want to hug Lulu.
Question for Celise. How did you fare at the last Southern
This
Ball?
person wants
it
you to be
dreadful?
murdered.
This is a setup. For
This was
sure.
set up.
You can choose.
You
the
know what
answer
you
if
did.
want.
Chat.
Yeah, that is a setup. Wow.
Well, y'all,
All right. Okay.
it was the most beautiful of all balls, and of course, you know that Celise was the belle of all the balls. That was after, of course, my beautiful bath, y'all. I do declare. Whew.
But she's out now because of the vapor. if you're going down, I guess I'm going down too. Here we are.
Someone draw antebellum Celeste. That's not problematic at
That
all.
was pretty problematic.
At all.
Well, it's a fantasy world, though. We can make antebellum whatever we want.
What a good question.
Knock Nut, are you
Ooh,
comfortable?
wow,
That's
Knock
a very good, very
Yes,
good.
that was a
like
good name.
I like Knock
Knock
Nut.
Nut.
That's
Knock
pretty
Nut.
good.
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
Yeah. No, it all makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can't understand him, but Robbie can. And Robbie wasn't asked the question, so that is what you hear. So if you, in the chat or at home, can speak Acorn, you know exactly what Knock Knock said.
I wonder if it's like farts or like if there's something else that he can. I don't know. I'm now trying to decipher it.
No, it's just part. It's
yeah.
It's like how a dog's bark can mean like
Yeah.
hundreds of
is
different
it?
things. How they vibrate.
I
their
thought
voice.
that like they like shake or he farts. I thought there was two. Anyway, it's getting
This is a
it's
deep
getting
dive. This is a
deep.
deep dive.
I'm getting
We're
deep.
deep
I want to
diving.
understand knock knock.
Knock Knock, well, he was heating up.
Heating up. That's what it is. Heats up.
Yes. Right.
Oh man, we got to write out this lore tag.
I'm gonna figure out this language, this acorn language. Serena wants to know.
Oh, we might have to cast speak languages.
Robbie, could you translate what Knock Nut said?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can translate anything. Well, he said he lives his life a quarter mile at a time, too. And it's all about family. So we're good. We're too fast and we're too furious.
Oh, good. I'm glad we translated that.
Yes.
And there was a rock monster.
There was a rock monster.
Oh, this is this Fast 9? Is this
Yeah, Fast 9, baby.
oh man.
Rivals of
We
Waterdeep.
got the rock in it. Oh man, this is great. Fantastic.
All right, guys. With that question, I think we will end it, and we will go around the table, talk about, reintroduce ourselves, and say where we can be found and what is upcoming next for us, starting from stage left, my right, with Ren.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Brandon Sinis. I played Ren Leadon. You can find me on Twitter at IamBrandonTV, or you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/IamBrandon. What's coming up for me? The Twitch Chicago meetup, which is happening December 14th. If you're in Chicago, feel free to come out. We'll be at the Metro. Other than that, I'm building a new PC, so I hopefully I'll be streaming this week. So,
All right.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Serena Marie. I played Ashbourne. You can find me on Twitter at Serena X Marie or on Instagram at Serena is a bee for all of my cute illustrations. Carlos and I will both not be here next week because we will be in Thailand, where my mother was born, getting married. So I'm very excited.
We're all very excited for
Yes.
that. For
Exactly.
sure. Can you follow that up? And I'm Sharif Jackson. You can find all my stuff at sharifjackson.com, SHAREEF, Jackson.com. That has links to my videos, my articles, all that good stuff. And also Sharif Jackson on all social networks. Don't have any cons or anything coming up, but just catch me on the interwebs.
All right. And I am Cicero Holmes. I am Stubby Stan on all social media platforms. I was your DM today, and all your NPCs and rock monsters and DJs and all that other crap. You can find me on your favorite podcast. I'm on a lot of podcasts. Check my social media platforms, and there'll be retweets of the podcast that I'm on. One of which should be coming out soon.
Yes.
With Sharif Jackson.
Yeah. I should have mentioned that. Yeah. We were talking about this. Well, I'll let you introduce the podcast.
The Discovery Debrief podcast. Your latest trek into the latest trek. The new Star Trek universe, specifically Star Trek Discovery, but all of the other things that are coming out in the world of Trek.
Yeah, and I was on a recent episode talking about the short treks, kind of like shorter side adventures in the Discovery universe.
Right.
Very, very cool stuff. If you like tribbles, check it out.
Yeah. So before we go, I will say missing, gone, not here. Having a mint julep is Celise Astorio, a.k.a. Tanya DePass. She is on social media platforms as Cypher of Tyr, CYPHEROFTYR. Find her there. She will be home, and then she will go away to a con. Yeah. She will come home. She's ever grumpy because she's always traveling. We love her. We miss her. She will be back next week. Who will not be back next week, as Serena has already said, is Carlos Luna. You can find him online at Carlos Crits on all social media platforms. You can also find him on this channel every Wednesday on Jace Bellerin Must Die. Mm-hmm. And check out everything that he is doing, including what he did this weekend, which was Lost Odyssey in LA. So the other thing I'll say before we go is I'm going to steal some points from Sharif by saying happy birthday to Sharif's beautiful wife. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Laura.
Yeah. I said it first, Laura.
True, I did not say it at all. Yeah, right.
Well, until next week, guys, we are the Rivals. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll say peace.
Bye.